The seductive styling of the 2022 Mazda CX-9 elevates your idea of what a three-row CUV can be.
Get 0% financing on a new Mazda CX-9 at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here. Well, good morning. Welcome back to it. It's like we never left, huh? Welcome to WAFB Plus at 9 News Now. So a continuation of the morning's headlines. And, you know, every once in a while, it's not the weather that demands the attention. It kind of typically does down here, but every once in a while, it's that drive.
That's it. So we want to get right to Johnny Asian talking about a couple of different traffic incidents, including one where you're starting to see a lot more police presence. Johnny, we're talking about here I-10 at Chippewa.
That is absolutely correct, Liz. And when we have mornings that start like this morning started, you're just along for the ride at this point. We've had wrecks pop up all over the city. The latest one's on Florida Boulevard right here at Lobdell. But the one we're looking at and the one you just referenced is 110 southbound at Chippewa. We have an overturned vehicle blocking the center and right lanes. This is coming from the airport toward downtown. So your airport bound traffic, right side of the screen here, going up toward the airport, that's fine. You're not going to have any problem getting to the airport. Coming from the airport, you definitely want to make your way off the interstate and hop over to Scenic Highway or Plank Road. We've turned the camera so you can see some of our emergency equipment and the tow vehicle coming backwards on I-110 southbound the wrong direction. So they've temporarily blocked traffic up here right at 22nd Street so that this wrecker can get in place and flip this car over right behind the ambulance. It's right in that area, and then they'll open that lane up again. But right now it's a mess on 110. If you're leaving the house in the next 10 or 15 minutes and you're in the northern part of the parish, take a Scenic or Plank Road to avoid all of that. And then we take you right on down toward Terrace Avenue at Nicholson. This is looking like it's on the interstate. It's not. It's on Terrace at Nicholson. A big truck hit a little car, so they're still dealing with that. This off-ramp traffic is not really due to that wreck as much as it is some construction, but the wreck is in that area, Terrace at Nicholson, so be aware of those situations this morning. And I-10 east of Acadian, that one is clear, and that one started us all off with this domino effect. 7:05, meteorologist Dr. Steve Caparata. The good news in all of this, I guess, streets are dry, no rain right now this morning.
Yeah, thank you, Johnny. We're starting to get a few little light showers bubbling up. I'll show you that in a moment. You can see overcast skies as well on our Sky 9 camera at this hour. Temperatures anywhere from the upper 50s to low 60s. Baton Rouge 61, Macomb 57, Houma checking in at 63. Now, most of the rain is a little bit east and northeast of us in the South Mississippi, parts of coastal Alabama and the Florida Panhandle this morning, where low pressure is moving inland. That low developed a little farther east than expected, and as a result, the last 24 hours kept most of the rain off to our east. But as I mentioned, starting to get a few light showers bubble up, including around parts of the city. You might get a few drops on the windshield. We've seen some showers developing in Lafourche Parish as well, near and southeast to Thibodaux. So we'll have that small rain chance really throughout the day today. But if you do get something, chances are it's going to be relatively light. Temperature's not going to move a whole lot with plenty of cloud cover expected. I've got 65 at noon, high around 70. Now, I'm somewhat optimistic we will squeeze out a little more sunshine late today. Let's give you a look at future radar. Not doing bad picking up some of those light showers we've got that started to develop over the last 30 minutes or so. But at noon, you'll note most of the rain is near and north of the state line. As we get deeper into the afternoon, 4 o'clock, maybe a few light showers rotating around the backside of that low. Better rain chances for those of you near and north of the state line. On into the evening, any threat of rain ends, and in addition to that, you notice how clouds start to exit. That's why I'm a little more hopeful for a little sunshine late today. Giving you a first alert to good rain chances, though, by Saturday. Initially in the morning, we're tracking a warm front lifting inland from the Gulf of Mexico. As that moves in, scattered showers and storms possible from the morning on into the early afternoon. That is noon Saturday. That warm front lifts farther northward, and by mid to late afternoon might be a bit of a lull. But late Saturday night, early Sunday, some additional showers and storms possible as the cold front moves in. I think most of the rain will be out of here by daybreak on Sunday. Weather Prediction Center saying a ½ inch to an inch of rain on average through the weekend. Storm Prediction Center right now has a 1 out of 5 marginal risk of severe weather clipping northwest parts of our viewing area. area. I wouldn't be surprised to see that expanded a little bit in subsequent outlooks. So we'll see how that plays out today. Isolated showers, high around 70. Tomorrow, finally some sunshine and warmer, 82. We'll get some rain on Saturday. Most of it exits by early Sunday. Sunday and Monday, a little bit cooler. And then we'll start to warm back up next week with a few showers returning. It's now 7:08 with a check on your morning headlines. Let's get back to Matt and Liz.
All right, Steve, thank you.
All right. So speaking of those headlines, something that actually happened late last year, back in the headlines again because brand new photos have been released. Baton Rouge Police, they could use our help here.
We're talking about a homicide investigation. So Baton Rouge Police have been investigating a situation, a homicide that happened in October of 2022. Well, as Matt mentioned, there's new surveillance video and photos that we want to give you a closer look at here. Do these vehicles look familiar to you? I know they're kind of common here. You're looking like at a silver, well, what was a silver Altima, and you're also looking at a dark color Honda Accord.
Right.
Now, that license plate wasn't really clear there, but you see here, it's kind of looking like there are new tags on that silver Altima. So if these vehicles look familiar to you, Baton Rouge Police investigators would like to speak with you.
And so, what Liz just mentioned right there, very important here. When we talk about Altimas and Accords, that's two of the most popular cars out there, right? So what are we asking about? But what you're seeing right there with that Altima is you clearly got temp tags on it back in the day when this happened in October of 2022, plus also a bungee cord trying to keep a trunk closed. So that would potentially make it stand out with all the other Altimas.
Right.
So if this kind of rings a bell in connection with the homicide of Randall Parker, again, this was October 29th of 2022, make that phone call to Crime Stoppers. That program works. You remain anonymous. 344-STOP.
These pictures have got to jog a memory,
Yes, right?
especially with that Altima having no hubcap. So please share that story. Let's find a way to solve that homicide case.
See if we can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we talk about violence, right, we've got a lot of groups, a lot of organizations doing everything they can to prevent it from happening in the first place. And just yesterday, we got to hear from a lot of folks putting together a basketball camp with the goal of reducing that kind of violence.
This incredible
Yeah,
woman,
this woman.
it's a mother turning pain into purpose, using the death of her son to launch a basketball camp to keep kids busy, to keep kids involved, to try to give them purpose, right?
Yeah.
So she's actually hosting another summer basketball camp. She's done this for years on end now, and she's hoping to use this as an opportunity to uplift the community and to stop the violence.
3-day summer camp. 3-day summer camp.
Yeah.
It's more than just that basketball and more than just that court. Clearly, the bigger message here is community, just coming together, being one kind of with each other. If you want to see a little bit more about this, obviously the story's waiting for you right there, but also a link to register for all this is waiting for you. Our digital team has put that right there, trying to make it as easy as possible because look, when we're trying to stop something like this, making it as easy as possible, that can be key. Every little effort, every little step can count.
Spread the word too, especially if your kid has friends of the same age.
Oh gosh, yes, absolutely. Speaking of
Ooh.
spreading the word, Louisiana Workforce Commission would like you to know about some potential job openings. Not potential, there are some openings, but maybe you could fill them.
They're looking to fill those spots today. In fact, they're hosting a job fair. It's happening at 10 a.m. up until 2 p.m. So this is actually an in-person job fair. I know we talk a lot about virtual job fairs, but they're asking you to come out to the EBR main library on Goodwood. But key point, you have to register ahead of time.
Yeah, they kind of want to get that some of that paperwork out of the way, right? So that when you get there, it really is kind of a conversation about what they have to offer and what you can offer, that kind of thing. And those who are qualified, they're talking about like job offers on the spot, right? So as Liz mentioned, 10 to 2, it's EBR main library right there on Goodwood. See if this might not be something you want to pursue. You can check out the story, WAFB.com and the 9 News app. From that to the state capitol, we know we're dealing with right now. It's the start of the brand new legislative session. It is week 1. A lot of things getting going, and you had some protesters out there on the steps of the state capitol just yesterday talking about some of the LGBTQ bills trying to be pushed through.
So our Capitol correspondent Chris Rosato was on the steps of the state capitol kind of listening to what activists had to say about what they call bigoted legislation. So that was just day 3, but day 4 we're looking ahead to a lot of things. We've heard from a number of different people. Our Capitol correspondent Chris Rosato is going to be there today to cover all that action. He's going to have a recap in our later shows tonight about what went down on this 4th day.
And we've mentioned it a number of times, the number of bills that have been pre-filed for this, and again, more than 600 again on the House side, more than 200 on the Senate side. And so when you talk about a finite number of days that they have to go through all this, every day begins to really, really count. It adds up, and all of a sudden you get down to the wire oh my gosh, what's left to do? But here we are, just week 1. So as mentioned, Chris will be out there getting you all caught up. How about this going on today? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about maybe another national? I'm not jinxing it,
Well,
but our girls have been doing pretty well.
Look, that's what this is what you do all season for. And LSU Gymnastics has been in this spot before 32 times.
Come on.
32nd trip. Let that sink in. To this level, to nationals.
Yes.
Now, they've had a lot to deal with this season when it comes to injuries and that kind of thing, but they have still managed to somehow claim the 6th ranked title right now. So they have to get through today. It's 4 other ranked teams, well, 4 ranked teams in the first session, 4 more ranked teams in the second session, including the top team in the country.
Yeah.
Got to be top 2 in both of those to move to the finals, but on the meet today at 2 o'clock.
You can watch it on ESPN2
That's
today.
right.
We're keeping our eyes on it. We're also going to recap you later today. Let's keep on dancing here. There's a lot going on. 12-hour dance marathon
so
happening
good.
this weekend. This year is the 10th year of Dance Marathon. The organization at LSU, they've raised, I believe, $1.9 million.
All going towards our incredible children's hospital right here in Baton Rouge, talking about serving the kids and the families in our backyard.
Yes.
It is. And all you got to do is get out there and dance. So if you want to maybe be a part of this, if you want to know more about it, Callie's put together the story. It's right there waiting for you. We saw Callie dancing this morning.
Yes, we did.
We did not, however, see Steve or Johnny dancing this morning.
Johnny tried. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. He's doing something.
Do we have
Johnny's doing
EMS
something.
nearby? I think we're having a medical emergency here in the studio.
That's me
Look
doing
at it.
floss.
The floss.
What are you flossing?
The flossy? The
Once again, the camera does right by getting. Oh, see now when. Oh God. See.
He's giving something to the people.
The robots have taken
Why
over.
do you encourage him, Matt, is the question.
You know what? I ask myself that every time I do it, but I swear I just got to see it.
Johnny's feeling real judged right now.
I'm judged every day. I'm just, Steve's jealous
we
of
all?
my
You.
celebrityism.
Aren't we all?
Oh, is that right?
So, dancing or not, we all get to play with a little bit of weather. Nothing major coming our way, huh, Steve?
Yeah, right. Just a couple of showers today. Saturday does get a little more active. So if you got outdoor plans the first half of the weekend, kind of have that plan B ready and keep our weather app handy.
No rain dance?
Oh, just wait.
Our
Johnny's working
producer,
on that.
Jacob Cheatwood,
Might
just
be
told me
perfected by
that the
tomorrow. See you
crash
in a
on
minute.
110 that you see right